Well, good morning, everybody. This is Rockin' Spirit Jen, and I'm on my way into the city. It's very cold, a little bit snow-laden morning. We got a little bit of snow through the night. I'm coming to you from my car as I head into the city to do a little bit of shopping for my food and or soaping needs for soap crafting. And the city's about 45 minutes away, so it's a little bit of a long trek in the morning, but I love driving because that's when I think about life and things and God and family and soaping and creating and recipes and ideas that the Lord lays on my heart. And then just inspiration I get from fellow soapers and creators, and I'm just in awe. And I have to tell you, this video is probably more of a plug for the people behind the product, and the more I get to know them and of them, the more endeared I am to them. And I'll tell you, most often I'm finding, rather than people making soaps for a living because they want to make money, it seems to be more than not a need and a desire and a passion of the soap maker to create healthy products, great products, beautiful products for people. And so the root of that is they love people, and they're creating for people to bless them and to give them something good, more than not. And a lot of these crafters like myself, soap makers, artisan, handmade, small batch soap makers that don't earn much money, but yet their passion's there, and they'll find any way necessary to be able to continue making the products in the hopes that it'll fall into other people's hands, whether it be through media advertisement, word of mouth, promoting to fellow soap makers that are inspired to try your products. Even though they're a soap maker, they're supporting you because they know what goes into it. They know the love, the passion, the sacrifice, the hard hours that it could be. And another thing that I'm finding out is every soap maker has a story, and some of them are very heart-wrenching and thought-provoking, and you have a lot of respect and sometimes empathy for them depending on what they're going through. And so they put their heart and soul, their love, their sweat, their tears into something that will accept it, which is the soap. And they might not have the ability to put it into much other things, meaning they may have physical limitation that prevents them from going out and living the life that they would probably otherwise be living in addition to soap making. And they can't because they're limited somehow, physically or even emotionally, or with resource and ability. And so, but they can make soap and put their energy and love and drive into creating a product. Or they might be somebody, with physical disabilities, and so it's with great painstaking effort and joy in the process of making soap that it takes a hard hit on them physically, but they're bringing it to you and they're faithful in that. And so I'll tell you, my heart grows very big for the people that I'm coming to know in the soap mastery. And I too don't go without a story. And I've shared a little bit of that on one of my prior videos, and I'll share a little bit more in depth, a little bit more personal as to how my alpha gal syndrome affects me personally. And it's different from person to person. Depends on their bio-individuality and what their natural constitution is, how they've lived their life up to this point, what their strengths are, their constitution, what they're around today, what their exposures are today, what their practices are today. So it's different with every person that gets this tick-borne allergy and sensitivity to mammal. In my case, because I feel I was a little bit toxic lifestyle for a couple of years as we were building our house, and I was very tapped and stressed for time, I had a lot going on and I didn't take good care of myself because it was all I could do. Having this syndrome, not knowing it at the time, but being impaired by it, and I was spiraling down. So I only had the energy to create for my family and to do the normal tasks of life, to do my role as a mother and a wife. And I couldn't be much of a friend or a family member outside of that because I was just getting through each and every day on a wing and a prayer, I'm telling you. And then I got diagnosed officially and knew how to attack because I knew what I had going on. And I let the Lord throughout my life has given me wisdom and knowledge in a lot of areas and a lot of personal experience. And so I was able to gather, which was beautiful. The Lord was building a garden for me to gather a harvest from of information that I needed to sustain my own life. Here I thought I was gathering just to help others, all this information since I was 18. And little did I know it was probably moreover for this time in my life, this season, that I needed to glean from all that hard work in testimony to be able to survive what I was spiraling down from and losing what I feel is a quality of life and relationship. And I didn't get a lot of grace from others because I didn't really know what to share with them and what I had going on to be able to tell them my testimony, why I was becoming the way I was becoming. Kind of regressive and more introverted and more short and not long-suffering or having a lot of wherewithal in my system to follow through with things. But that's turning around very quickly over this last year with everything that I've been able to put into action in my life that I've gathered. But still today I suffer with histamine overload, and that means that I've become so weak in my system from the mammal allergy and then being around mammal products in the environment, in my body care, in my diet a year ago, where I really recognized that these things were lingering in my products and causing me problems as if I was eating mammal, because I had such a big histamine bucket overload. So my bucket was full of so many histamines that my body didn't have the strength anymore to handle any new histamine reacting things, such as animals and plants and foods and fragrance. And so when I would have exposure to any of these things, I was showing allergic reactions to those as well. So I was narrowed down to being able to eat about 6 foods that wasn't causing my body to react. And so for a year now, I've been eating about 6 to 12 foods, and that's it. It's all I get in my diet. And I've dropped about 55 pounds. And it's not stopping, obviously, because I'm not able to introduce more food yet until I've given my body a reboot, which is what I'm trying to do right now. And so I go back to the doctor in April, and he's going to retest me, and I'm going to see where all my sensitivities are, if I've made any headway on becoming so drastic with my exposures to things, not only environmentally and on my body, but inside my body. And we'll see if it was profitable for me, and if so, then I'll start introducing more things. So yeah, I've probably become some nutrient deficiency there, which has also played in to some of my issues with brain fog and fatigue. And so in my heart, I have this great desire to make soaps and to collaborate with others and to just rock and roll with all my inspirations, but I never know day to day or sometimes hour to hour if I'm going to be responding to something I've come in contact with in the environment or something I'm eating, as your body is different every single day with this, depending on what happened the day before. So I never know. I could be all ready to go in the morning, and by 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm zonked. I'm in brain fog, almost like candida overload, which I'm sure is part of this as well, but I'm in brain fog and fatigue, and I'm shot for the rest of the day. And I could have been dialoguing with somebody that I was going to collaborate with and ready to move through and move on, and then all of a sudden I'm taken out for 2 or 3 days in a brain fog. I can't focus to really work into my products and product develop, or to talk to others about it. And then I'm tired on top of it, so I could barely make it through my day. and then in a day or two I'm like ready to go for days. So I just really have to cater to what happens in my body, and when I'm under attack like that, I give to my most necessary places first, which is taking care of my family and my home, my absolute necessary responsibilities, and then as soon as I'm recovered, and then I rock and roll with the people I've made commitments with, and to my business as well. So just wanted to let you know that there's so many of us out there that are soapers, soaping from home, that are trying to earn a living with what they have a passion for, but it goes with a great story, and also in a lot of cases great sacrifice and great strides to bring that product forward. So to be able to go and support these soap makers and visit their websites and buy some bars of soap from them, you're getting quality, great soaps, beautiful soaps with a lot of love and tears in those soap. And a lot of people have arthritis and they have to stand and they have to use their hands, and it is torturous for them to make that soap. So it's with great honor and blessing when you buy my soaps that you are helping me profit from what is a great sacrifice for me to make, and I love to make it for you. And same with the other soap makers. And I find myself going to their websites often and buying their soaps. Even when I hadn't got a sale on my own, I'm taking from my own allowance for that month, and I'm buying their soaps. And I'm going to start promoting those unboxing on my channel to show their work and my respect for them. So anyway, I just wanted, it was kind of a serious video, but I wanted to bring it to you because it's very real, and it's very thoughtful and loving for them to do what they do, and myself included. We have a lot of love for you and for our art. So bless us with patronizing our stores, being a patron of it, and buying our products to support our efforts and our continued efforts in bringing you a lot of love through the products, love for you and your health and your body that we create for. So with that, God bless, make it a great day. Visit my Etsy store, Rockin' Spirit, that's RAWKIN Spirit, or my Shopify website, which is rockinspiritcreations.com, and see what I have going on that I'm bringing to you with a lot of love and a lot of care and thought that I put into my products, with inspiration from a lot of fellow soap makers and inspiration from above. So with that, God bless, make it a great day.